Hey coaches, welcome back to 8 Man Fast. Today I want to talk about the biggest mistake I see a lot of 8-man football coaches make. And the mistake isn't talent, it isn't strength, it isn't speed. The biggest mistake I see in coaching is trying to install way too much. Too many plays, too many formations, too many adjustments every single week. And what happens? Kids are starting to think instead of play. And when the players start thinking, speed disappears. Why this happens? Most of the time, this doesn't happen because coaches are doing something wrong. It actually happens because coaches care. You want answers, you want solutions, you want to fix problems. So when something doesn't work on Friday night, the natural reaction is to add something. Maybe it's a new play, new adjustment, new formation you saw somewhere. And every time you add something new, you feel like you're helping your team. But what you're actually doing is increasing the amount of thinking your players have to do. Again, it's the install trap. Installing plays feels productive, feels like progress, but installing more doesn't always mean your team is getting better. A lot of teams, the opposite happens. Players start hesitating. Assignments become less clear, execution becomes inconsistent, and suddenly your offense or defense starts slowing down. Not because your players aren't capable, but because you're trying to process too much information. So, again, this becomes an even bigger problem in 8-man football because small school football is just different. Again, you don't have athletes playing both ways, you don't have unlimited depth, and you don't have unlimited practice time. So you only get so many quality reps during the week. So every concept you're adding in, you're taking reps away from somewhere else, somewhere where you can benefit. And when reps just get spread too thin, players never truly master anything. So what good teams actually do, the successful 8-man programs over time, something that becomes pretty clear. Most of them actually look pretty simple. They don't run everything. They run a few things very, very well, and the players know the rules. They understand their assignments. They know how the play is supposed to develop, and because of clarity, they play fast and confident. The system becomes instinctive instead of something players have to think through. Repetition builds confidence, and confidence comes from repetition. Running the same concepts again and again, seeing the same looks, practicing the same techniques, when players have seen something hundreds of times in practice, they're going to stop thinking about it. They just react, and that's when the speed shows up on Friday. What your players actually need. They need clarity, they need repetition, and they need confidence in the system. When players know exactly what their job is, they stop hesitating, they trust their assignment, they trust the structure, and they're bought in and they start playing aggressive. Again, physical teams happen after this. The fastest teams in 8-man football, the most physical teams in 8-man football, usually aren't the most complex teams. They're the teams that know exactly what they're doing, when they're doing it, and why they're doing it. And they play with confidence because the system is clear. Simplicity allows the players to play fast. Complexity forces players to slow down. And if you coach 8-man football, don't try to install everything. Simplify, major in a few concepts, rep them relentlessly, and let your players truly master what you do. Because when you have that buy-in, you have that understanding of the system, they're going to play faster, they're going to play more physical. So again, clarity, repetition, speed. That's 8-man fast.